Hey guys, DragonEye13 here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Now, in the last session, we went to school, hooray, but we learned about how the forum has their memory wiped if they ever try to tell anybody about their grand plan or whatever. So, on that note, Graha has an idea. Let's see what it is. Ah, welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studium proved most educational. Yeah, that's one way to put it. While you were away, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Limsa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, would you, Estinian? Why me? Fine, whatever. Yeah, considering the size of those scales, if those boxes are packed full, that is a fuck ton of them. Phew! I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I was the one doing the lifting, though. I shouldn't complain, though. Vreetra and the alchemists of the Great Work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the forum's watchful gaze, I've little choice but to stay behind. We're already on thin ice, and if I, in my capacity as our official representative, were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that would go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I await word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we'll soon have news of our own to share. The tide is about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa. Oh jeez, oh these crates actually are heavy. Shit. If you learn aught of interest, be sure to let me know. In the meantime, I will do what I can to aid our cause, though I fear that will be precious little given the circumstances. Alright. Let's just go straight to Limsa. I know I've gushed about it before, but god damn do I love the fact they use the 5 music in the Baldestian Annex. It just feels so good. I was told to expect you. As you may or may not be aware, the Admiral is at present entertaining the Elder Seedseer and the Sultana. 3 of the most powerful women in the world in one room. Do you need a moment to prepare, or shall I show you to them? Okay. Yeah, no, I am also one of the most powerful women in the world. Don't let my masculine voice fool you. It's true. My apologies for calling you away from Sharlayan on such short notice. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful, and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. 'Twas only right that this decision be conducted in person. We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what your plan entails? Does it need scales? Because we got a lot of them. It hinges entirely on the warding scales and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. During your time in Sharlayan, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahagin, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. But your triumph in Razat-Han has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telopharoi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsabard Contingent. To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered. Robbed of their free will, they serve the Telopharoi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from this suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. Noble. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I ask only that in choosing to remember we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, for without that, there could be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Thancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Though its purpose remains unclear, there is reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Zot was toppled, we'd failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Telopharoi. They're certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. Maybe. This would appear to be substantiated by Y'shtolar's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on her observations inside the Tower of Zot, the spires siphon ether from the land, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. Did she also mention there was a human arm in there? We never really addressed that. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it's not harnessed for our benefit. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we'll bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers. My kind of woman. That's all well and good, but what would you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the scales and being on our way. We want you and your scales to join the Ilsabard contingent. We're going to Garlemald, baby. Consider it an official request for both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? I mean, do we have much reason to refuse, really? Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. Let's be a bit humanitarian about this, for the people of Garlemald. Couldn't have put it better myself. Y'shtola, Thancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support, and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding scales to Alamigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilsabard. Raubarn and Lord Aymeric are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourselves known upon arrival. Pack warm clothing, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telopharoi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Yeah, about warm clothing. I remember the start of Heaven's Word. I was still in the Bard artifact gear, I think, in a snowstorm. That was lovely. Now go. Safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. Okay. Road trip to Garlemald, boys. Grah. I must quiz Thancred and Oyanje on the conditions we can expect in Garlemald. I know it's cold, but how cold? Will I need to keep my ears covered? They can be a bit sensitive at times. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll admit this is all rather daunting, though not quite in the way I was expecting. We'll be standing shoulder to shoulder with our Alliance's finest. The best of the best. The Warrior of Light and, well, me. It's silly, I know. Perhaps this is my way of distracting myself from the part I should be worried about, marching into Garlemald. Warrior of Light and her amazing friend. If Aymeric asks after me, say I'm getting on fine and leave it at that. Don't you dare breathe a word about the cord. Oh. Is he going to be upset that you spent too much money? Ah, fancy meeting you here. I trust our mutual friend is settling into life as a scion. Collaboration was never his forte. The moment the fighting ended, off he'd go like a gala cat swept up in the strong breeze. But rest assured, he will always be there when you need him. Probably. You know, I'm quite looking forward to seeing who's been selected for the Ilsabard contingent. I have a few people in mind. Care to make a friendly wager? Let's see. There's gonna be us, all the scions. I'm gonna assume Fordola. Because, I mean, she would know what it's like in Garlemald. Almost as good as any of us. I'm not sure who else besides that, honestly. Like, that's the main one I'm thinking we would need to come. Alright, Raban. Ah, the Wanderers return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and reducing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding skills of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Would you and Lord Aymeric be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our defensive efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of the Ilsabard contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Garleans has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Have you been stabbed again? Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I have battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. I hate to say it, but Lord Aymeric's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. Hey, you know what? Fuck it, I'll take it at this point. We can handle Garlemald. As you fight the good fight in Ilsabard, I and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again. Oh, damn it. I forgot about you. I thought you would be busy in Verlit. Much has occurred since we parted ways in Verlit. From what I gather, the predictive talismans you obtained led to the formation of this expeditionary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. Okay, you're not coming with. So you're not coming with us. Strange. I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telophoroi have laid waste to my homeland and enslaved my people. But though every mote of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varus and plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilsabard contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. Wait, but wouldn't Justinian also be raising suspicions in that case? He was there with you at that time. Unless news of him just didn't reach. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of a former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Just say you don't want to go, dude. You don't have to think up this elaborate of a reason. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. I mean... Do they know what I look like? I don't know. So I don't think that's as much of a concern. I'm just gonna say, yeah, keep an eye on Verlet. And I will defend it to my dying breath. After the sacrifices my sons and daughters made, I can do no less. And the goddammit, it's raining. I and the government of Verlet intend to offer refuge to those fleeing Garlemald. Should that time come, we will be ready. Yes, I know I'm saying Verlet instead of Werlet. I don't know, for some reason I look at the name and I think it should be like more of a German pronunciation, but whatever. Is that German? Do they do that? I don't know. Whatever. In light of Gaius's rather unique circumstances, I will instead assume the role of your guide. Though I may have defected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I would stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside? It's raining out here. You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again ere you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. Cool. And some chest gear I don't really need. Awesome. We're going to Garlemald. Hell yes. Like Gaius, I too stand accused of Varys' murder. Though I am rather less recognizable on sight. Okay, that's fair. Still, it's something to bear in mind once we reach Garlemald. I neglected to mention earlier that we received a report from our troops that may be of interest to you. While engaged with a lunar primal, a great worm swooped down from the skies above and came to their aid. Racefelger? This worm, as described, was the spitting image of Tiamat. It would seem she too continues to wage a war against the Telophoroi. Ah. Yeah, no, she's free now. She can just do that. So that's Gaius Baelsar. The horrors he must have seen. Many of his own making, I do not doubt. Yeah, all that devastation, he didn't mean to do it, you know? Just saying. With the knowledge that our allies will hold the line in our absence, we may devote our attention to the Ilsabardian front. I suppose it's easy for some people to forget there are civilizations, that's weird. For some people to forget there are civilians at Garlemald too, when the only Imperials they've ever known are soldiers. Once we've seen the contingent on its way, I will return to my duties here in Alamigo. As many of our most capable will be traveling with you to Garlemald, we who remain will have to fight that much harder to make up the difference. But let no man say I do not welcome the challenge. Aye, this old bull isn't ready to hang up his horns yet. Ah, good to hear. How's that arm holding up, though? Sorry, low blow. Regardless of how my countrymen receive you, the cold will not treat you kindly. Underestimate it at your peril. I mean, I'm wearing pants. I mean, granted I don't have sleeves, but, you know, pants are better than I usually do, so I think we're good. Alright, best of the best. Ooh, mystery prize. Maxima would have you meet your new traveling companions. The other members of the Ilsabard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you are ready. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty ready. Okay, yeah, they're all just saying the same thing. Let's go. Ah, the remaining members of the Scions. Your friends and most of the Ilsabard contingent await you within. Would you like me to see you through? Yeah. Please escort me to the meeting room if you would be so kind, servant. Warrior of light coming through and all that.
Why the 12?
Sounds like a lot of people. Oh, Jesus, yeah. A little bit. There's a Thaumaturge and Pugilist Guild. The Marauders.
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
Yeah, so you gathered everybody.
Our traveling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose.
Even those racist Gridanians?
Not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilsabard contingent.
Oh, and there's, oh my god, what is his name? The Conjurer. Right, because Raya is his sister. He's... Fuck it, I don't remember. And... got the Bard crew hanging out here. I'm trying to see, like, who else I can recognize. If anybody. Because, yeah, Thaumaturges, Pugilist, Pippin, Ist. Oh, yeah, there's, Stefanovian. From the Machinist Guild. No Joy, though. That's a bit off-putting. We got... Dragoon guy. I don't remember your name. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Alright. And then, of course... Oh, what's his face?
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades, yourselves included.
It's been a while, Lucia.
Lucia.
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honored me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
I'm ashamed I didn't think of Lucia when I was thinking of who else could be in the contingent.
We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
Hell yes.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that, if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
Allow me to introduce you to the rest of our company. Everyone! If I may have your...
Graha being a fanboy in the background. Yeah, I'm pretty well acquainted with all these fellows.
Might I ask you to speak first?
If I must.
Arun Senna. Okay.
I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation. Here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer.
I'm not gonna lie, this was not the voice I ever pictured you with, but I'll roll with it.
We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald. To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurer's Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Oh, trust me, we're well acquainted.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands. Raya O sends her regards, by the way.
Oh, we're gonna get dialogue based on our job achievements. Awesome. But yes, I am the only non-Pajal white mage in existence currently.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Wait, I know you.
Weren't you the pirate that Merlib kicked your ass?
Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hilfier to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me.
I mean, I actually suck, but...
I've been a laughing stock of the bloody executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of a keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship. So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Hear, hear.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy.
Okay. I mean, makes sense,
Course,
but
just like the Gridanians,
seems like a low priority.
We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Hey, old convention, shut up for a second. Limsa is talking.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we. The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
It's a shame that Scholar guy didn't get a voice line.
Garlemald has truly fallen, and the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Terrapin and I will be leading from the front.
Man, look at the thaumaturgist ready to go.
Since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the Avatar of Destruction.
We don't need to talk about that.
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
I guess Master Hamon couldn't make it, so he sent his finest pupil.
Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies. The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead.
I mean, that kind of makes sense,
I
yeah.
have been designated commander of the Ilsabard contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require. The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission.
Excuse me, it's pronounced machinist. No, I've gotten over that.
Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limsa Lomitsa.
Good to see you, Stephen.
There is another awaiting introduction.
Ah, yeah, I'm here too. Monolane. Okay, that was his name. I couldn't remember.
Ah, yes. Monolane de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather,
I wouldn't expect it.
My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
Did someone say gentleman of light? And then the music starts. I dare say your fancy footwork may be all that stands between us and certain doom.
I cannot wait to regale Honoroi with my tales of daring do.
That look on the warrior light's face is just like, God damn it, really?
I believe that
Cat just got up on my lap for the record. Hopefully he's not purring too loud.
Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Well, I mean, it's a long boat ride. I can understand.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
the Sekisegumi.
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Oh, of course. God damn it. I didn't even think. I didn't think of the step.
Forgive us for coming late. We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Cyrena, and you've brought company.
For battle and blood we come, as the steppe is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach.
I mean, hi, my name is Sadu.
But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked. No quarter to the enemy!
Look, Sadu, we talked about this. You have to be polite when you first meet people.
No, we go to
Khartoum?
make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
Khartoum. Okay.
Warriors of the steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery.
And how you got your
Welcome
asses
you as
kicked.
allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Background characters.
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
I remember you from the, you from the Gunbreak Quest. You two? No idea. You're just some random Vieira they happened to scoop up.
And the Bosnian resistance. Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities.
Oh wait, is that not
Which is
the
fortuitous.
Gunbreaker
Since
guy?
Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
Could he be Bas? It's been a long time since I've done Baja. I never even finished it. In case you haven't noticed the quest list on the right.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire.
All coming together to save it.
I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald.
Yeah, well, the common folk weren't the ones who invaded, so it's fine.
And they are victims, make no mistake. Though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all.
Well, Limsa and Ul'dah more than the others, but, you know.
Who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally.
Where is she,
time
by
and
the
time
way?
again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders.
Machinist skill is just like, excuse me, we're here too.
Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Whirlit, a nation.
Okay, it is
once
Whirlit,
conquered.
damn it.
So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good. It won't be easy, but we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Yep, you're here.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Bullshit, my Nama ain't in this crowd. I'm gonna go home and make angry posts. Complaining about women these days.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlond Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
Given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities.
Wait, so we're just like dragging the airships with us as we travel on foot? Oh.
The vast
That
ice
sucks.
will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us. So it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. Spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Well, no turning back unless you got the guild to teleport via Aetheryte, you know. I'm sad that there was only like the one call out for job completion with the white mage. That's... I mean, okay, granted, it would have taken forever if they were like, oh, and you're also a good machinist. Oh, and you're also a dragoon. Yeah, I get that, but at the same time, man, I want it. Okay, but they're here to talk to, so alright, that'll make up for it. I'll see. I was half expecting to find the man who taught me red magic amongst our number, but he's nowhere to be seen. Oh yeah, Zaroom. I suppose he's had his share of unpleasant experiences with the Empire, but so have we all. Perhaps there's some other reason. Well, in any case, I have a feeling I'll see him again once this is all over. I'm sure he'll be pleasantly surprised by how much my swordplay's improved since we last met. Yeah, no, he's basically retired, kinda, sort of. It's hard to explain. Blessed are we to have made countless steadfast allies over our journey's course. Indeed, we are joined today by many new acquaintances, who in time shall come to call our comrades. In time shall we come to call our comrades, and mayhap friends. Now, I'm pretty much friends with all these guys. We're good. I have close ties with the scouts of the Eastern Alliance and the various resistance groups, and they're an absolute joy to work with. Oh, yeah, good. Albrecht, that was your name. Okay, couldn't remember. Let me have a look at you. A touch nervous to enter the battlefield, perhaps? Well, I shall be out there alongside you as a temple knight serving with your fine van. Though I may not look it, I was the Azure Dragoon once upon a time, so you can rest assured I will give all that I have in the upcoming fight. I certainly won't be shown up by you or Astinian. Yeah, no, I don't know if you've seen Astinian lately. You don't hold a candle to that. Stephen? If it isn't Kajona! 'Tis thanks in no small part to you that the manufactory's future is looking brighter than ever, my friend. I am pleased to report that I and a handful of my colleagues have been selected to join the contingent. Ere the expedition is ended, even the Temple Knights will be singing our machinist's praises. I almost said machinist on accident, I'm sorry. Once they have borne witness to not only our mechanical proficiency, but our combat prowess too, of course. And Joy was too busy to make it. Shame. Hello, Rustic. I guess you are from Baja. Oh, no, you are the guy. Okay. Ah, Radovan's student. I hear from a certain student of my own you've been kept rather busy of late. Tankard. You might be wondering why a Bajan would want to aid the Guardians. It's simple. I'm a gunbreaker, and my duty is to defend. The way I see it, the civilians in the capital are in need of protection, so that's what I'll do. Noble, I like it. And you're, I guess, the Rabanastre group. No idea who you are. I think the only Rabanastre people person from Rabanastre we ever met, well, Rabanastre Resistance, I mean, you know what I mean. was Fran. I mean, we heard of Ash, but we never saw her. Serena? I'm glad to see you well, Kajona. Grandmother was worried for you. The night I agreed to come hither and join the contingent, the gods sent her a strange dream. 2 suns, one burning red, the other frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer, and as they danced the world fell to ruin. Blinding chaos she spied in blinding chaos she spied blackened silhouettes, and knew at once that one was yours. Yet we knew not how to interpret this dream, save as a sign that great danger awaits. But whatever lies ahead, I will walk with you, traveler. Yeah, it's me and Xenos about to clash. I don't want to, but dude won't give up. So what choice do I have? I care not for the Iron Men or their troubles. It is the destiny of the weak to die in ignominy. That is a weird word. It's like what I've only ever seen in writing and never spoken. Even so, I will do as I have agreed. I volunteered to join this band at Serena's request, and if she thinks it a worthy cause, that is reason enough. Though we hail from different tribes, our bond has grown strong of late. She is much better company on a hunt than any of the steppes oafish men could dream to be. Ouch! You hearing that shit, Magni? You hearing that shit? With the Mole, champions of the Nodum, and the Dotharl having sent so many here, I had thought to defend the steppe in their absence. And I would have done so were it not for my stepbrothers. Stepbrothers. They urged me to grant our allies the sun's might, that his radiance may deliver them unto victory. Though I must tolerate the presence of this feral Dotharli dog, as first among my brothers, I could do no less than accept this challenge. My deeds will become the stuff of legends. Alright, you two just need to make out already. Like, there's a lot of hate fuck potential here, I'm just saying. Alright. Stydian. I did not expect to see the other former Azure Dragoon here of all places. As he well knows, I'm not one for verbose greetings. We shall instead let our lances do the talking once we are on the battlefield. Then we'll see if the other has been diligent in his training. Did I talk to Graha? No. This is extraordinary. To be in such company, the finest our allies have to offer. With comrades such as these, we are bound to succeed, I'm certain of it. Yeah, you must be fanboying the fuck out over all this. Alfie? We've been part of joint military operations like this before, but with far greater numbers. But for some reason, this feels very different to our previous experiences. Despite having shared little more than introductions, there is already a palpable sense of camaraderie. Yeah, because these are my buds. Hey Sanson, how you doing? Our prowess has finally been recognized by the Order of the Twin Adder. Naturally, Guidalad is also here helping us. Whilst his ability as a bard is unmatched, I do worry about his judgment. However, you need not. However, you need not. I shall be keeping a close eye on him, I promise. You hear that, dude? You got a babysitter. I can't lie to you, Kajona. I wasn't entirely for this whole thing when Sanson spoke to me, but if it means being your brother-in-arms, then who am I to pettifog? I shouldn't be so hard on him, I suppose. This bard unit is quite impressive, really. Yes, one must give credit where credit is due. Rather uncouth for one to do otherwise, after all. I mean, are there a lot of bard? Okay, no, there's... I got one archer here. I don't know if she's a bard per se, but she's here. Arun, good to see you. In case you were wondering, Esquiva will be staying behind to defend the Twelveswood with my sisters. She was of the opinion she would make a useful addition to our contingent, and was eager to make good on her vow to accompany me as well, which was flattering, but ultimately it was decided that her skills would be better put to use keeping our homeland safe. I am of course obligated to share with her every detail when I return. Make sure it's a good detailed story, my dude. She's gonna want to know everything. Hey Alka, how's your engagement going? Greetings, Kajona. The time has come for us Marines to show our valor upon the battlefield. All who see us will know of our name and quake before our might. To victory, come hells or high water. Oh, no mention of... I want to know how you and your girlfriend are doing. Oh. I spent way too much time with that quest line for you to just not follow up. Come on. Sickard. Until the Empire fell, Garleans were the only ones we was allowed to impose tariffs upon at sea. Weren't easy pickings, but I made myself a pretty gill. Since they've been so generous to me and mine, perhaps it's time I returned the favor and gave a little something back. Brumbar. I'm here representing the Marauders Guild, and it's my job to keep the Smiths out of harm's way. Mind you, with them hammers of theirs, they could put up a fair fight themselves. With a bit of luck, this'll be over and done with before you know it. Maybe when this is all over, you could pay the Axemaster a visit. He still tells all the new recruits about the time you killed Kujata and avenged the boy's parents. I remember it like it were yesterday. Ah, yeah, good times. Hey, Pippin. Often has father told me of the struggles faced by Alamigo in the days of the occupation, and I too have crossed swords with the Empire on many occasions. Though Garlemald has long been our bitter enemy, Her Grace has elected to bolster the Ilsabard contingent with members of the Immortal Flames. As representatives of the Sultanate, we are one in our commitment to the cause. Hey Kokobuki, how's the thaumaturgy's going? We came as quickly as we could. We would follow your example to devastate the Telophoroi with the full extent of our powers. Worry not for your brothers, Boosie. We will return soon enough. It seems so long ago we were sailing across the Ruby Sea and charging about the Azam Steppe with Serena and the others. I'd say we're overdue for another adventure. It brings back memories to see so many familiar faces. Yeah, no kidding, holy shit. We've been through so much together. Good times and not so good. I expect Garlemald will be mostly the latter, but I'd like to believe we'll look back on those days more fondly in the years to come. But for that to happen, we'll have to make it out of this alive. Don't you die on me, eh? Hey Chichuto, how's Hamon doing? I'm so glad I found you. I have for you a letter from Master Hamon. Let's read it together, shall we? Now let's see here. I've every confidence that your fist shall bring the Telophoroi to their knees. And should you espy any beautiful maidens thereabout, perhaps sing to them my praises. Charming, master. Well, more fool me for thinking that letter would contain something actually inspiring. Let's just, forget this note exists and focus on the battle ahead. Honestly, I would expect no less from Hamon. To be perfectly honest, like, if he had actually been all business, I would have suspected that letter was from someone else. Alright, Lucia. I've led troops into battle many a time, but never a unit with such a diverse range of talents. While I've been briefed on their capabilities, I expect you could provide additional insight into their strengths and weaknesses. I'd appreciate any advice you may have. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know all these guys. Well, maybe not you so much, but you know what I mean. I cast my lot with the Popularis to bridge the divide between Garlemald and her territories, that all may be united in common cause. But we were disparaged as a radical element, dissenters looking to destabilize the Empire from within. Many friends and even my parents perished in unfortunate accidents. I too would surely have met the same fate had I not defected. Nevertheless, I still dream of equality and peace for us all. As the world itself stands on the brink of collapse, I hold out hope that one day the dream will become reality. Cool. Alright, Manolin? Well, well! If I'd known what a social gathering this would turn out to be, I'd have dressed for the occasion. Still, this seems the perfect opportunity to mingle with the other guests. Would I be correct in assuming those ladies over yonder are Serena and Sadu of the Steppe? Perhaps I should introduce myself. Though I don't much like the look of that fellow with the enormous axe. Yeah, don't mess with his possible Nama. That's all I'll say. Alright, Y'shtola. Besides the delegates assembled here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to the physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Ilsabard. Okay, kind of fair, actually. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telophoroi. Also very fair. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Ere we embark, we must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Sure, yeah. Let's start with the step. We heard it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. Yeah, but you need a little bit more preparation with these warding scales. These enchanted talismans? Or should that be talisman? Oh, the talismans! We are to keep these close at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Ah, and before I forget, I have a message from Hien. Oh, cool. What's up? In distant lands, in times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice. Doma, like much of Othard, has been plagued by the towers. Yet while he could not be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. Hien and Yukiri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will we keep the enemy at bay. And we of the Steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay our efforts by ending this war. Hell yes. Okay, yeah, you're still saying the same thing anyways. Okay. Yep, okay. Even after giving you the talisman. Okay, gotcha. Rune? Yes. Here, have some scales. You need them. So these are the famed warding scales. Enough for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit distant lands. I wish to follow in the footsteps of Master Artoa and learn all there is to learn of this star we call home. Indeed, that is the primary reason I volunteered to join the expedition. To journey outside the 12th Wood, much less enter into Imperial territory, is a rare privilege afforded a Pajal. Not that I'm tagging along to see the sights. The Guardians would benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades, should fighting break out. Yep. Alright, Sickard. I hear you got something for us. Yep, there you go. Keep these on you. Ah, them scales everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when this is all over, but we'll hold on to them for now. And one more thing. I know what you're all thinking. Why didn't they send Einzar instead? I don't know who that is. Buggered if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Hilfirst told me was they needed someone to help safeguard the future. And here I am. Can't say they haven't got a sense of humor. Of course, some of you might be wondering what good a pirate is on dry land, in the middle of the sodden snow of all places. Well, me and my crew will do whatever needs doing, so let's set sail, or however the saying goes on airships. No, I think it's still let's set sail. Or at least. That's a set of warding scales I spy. Not that I would know what they'd look like. Well, you're right. Here's the scales. Enjoy. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves? Is that the right term? Anyway, these will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, eh? Nervous or not, I'd march through all 7 hells if it gave me a chance to put Xenos back in the grave where he belongs. Yeah, no, don't worry, we'll kill the shit out of him. You see it? Warding scales for the Ishgardian delegation, I take it? Yep, there you go. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Emmerich. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. for the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. Alright. Here, Maxima, you can have the last scale. Do you have a warding scale for me too? Yep. Very last one. Take care of it. Thank you for this, and for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice, if I may. You have been told by many to wear the cold of Ilsabard, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures. Tinctures. Courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now, let us proceed to the Alamegan Quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready the airships. Cool. It's so cool seeing all those characters together. Even if they don't necessarily all talk about the quests that were done, just like the little bit we got was really good. Oh, that was such a good fan moment. You're still there? It's something of a constant refrain that we require warmer clothing. My present garb may be lacking, fur collar notwithstanding. Concoctions to fortify the flesh against wind and cold are commonly sold in the Ul'Dan markets, though they are of dubious provenance and efficacy. 'Tis said, however, that in recent days the Alchemist Guild hath produced a tincture capable of such a feat. Mayhap the achievements of their Thavnarian counterparts did spur them to action, that they not be put to shame. This coat is quite warm, but I have a feeling rather thicker. But I have something rather thicker for occasions like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection. Yeah. If anything you still need to take care of, you'd better see to it now. Raw. Since my revival, I've been lax in expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip back to Old Charlian? I recall a rather fetching coat. Stinian. Preparations. I've got my armor and my lance. What more could I need? Okay. I will go with that. Alright, Alfie, we're ready to go. Let's go to Garlemald. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Urianger and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently as well, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock. The rest of you could do likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Hark! Is that the cry of the scions in need of a tailor I hear? Is it Redolent Rose? Oh no, it's Tataru! But how? I have my ways. Oh yes indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilsabard without telling me? Nothing escapes my notice. Now, you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. Okay. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather, the pursuit of the highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I've never worn them myself? I don't know, just roll with it. I did have one other thing to share. Artemis and Blumwida have finally returned from assignments in faraway lands. Who? They'll be staying at the Rising Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Sharlayan? Oh, why not? You can keep Kryl company in the Baldessian Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. And I heard Ergamus and Bloomvita did a fine job carrying on in our stead while we were lying comatose. With them in charge of the Rising Stones, we'd nothing to worry about. My thoughts exactly. Also, while I'm confident you won't go collapsing again, because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world, if anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Sharlayan. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Good to know. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Yep. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Oh, Jesus. Tataru, I appreciate the thought, but no. No. I'm not wearing that. I'll deal with a tincture. I don't want that. Like, yeah, I appreciate the thought, but oh, fuck that. Oh, hello, Ironworks pilot. Partwards, the contingent has finished preparations. Good. I think we're just about finished with preparations, but yeah. A frosty reception. We're going to Garlemald, baby. Tataru is desperately trying to retain her composure as she prepares to see you off on another perilous journey. I'm told the airship pilot has been sent to meet you. Yeah, that's him over there. Ah, there he is. Alright, this is where we go our separate ways. Do be careful, won't you? Ah, I see. I molded your clothing on what Alphino and I wore when we journeyed from Lord Orchefon's falling snows to Ishgard for the first time. In those days, I barely knew one end of a sewing needle from the other. And as you've always had very individual tastes, I let you pick your own outfit. I'd like to think my skills have improved since then, but do you know what's more important than skill? Heart and soul. There's plenty to be found in each and every one of my works. Yeah, but no offense, Tataru. It's not my style. Alright, let's go on this completely safe airship ride. It's an honor to finally meet you. We of Garland Ironworks will be ferrying you and your contingent across the mountains into Garlemald. For many of us, it will be something of a homecoming. Our illustrious founder was only our most notable imperial defector. For that reason, the company is committed to the success of the expedition. Our resources are at your disposal, and if there's aught we might do to be of further assistance, please do not hesitate to ask. If you're ready to depart, I will ready the engines. Several cutscenes will play in sequence, yep. Okay, yep. Okay, yep, let's go. Into the heart of Garlemald. Yeah, and one thing you'll learn when it says several cutscenes will play in sequence, they're not kidding. They're usually not. Like, be prepared for a lot of cutscenes right now.
Ilsabard, divided in twain by a vast mountain range. Those who would traverse
with sky whales
face peril at every step. But why go by foot when one can simply fly?
Man, they were kidding about the gold.
In the frozen wastes of the Magna Glacius. The winds howl in icy protest, as if to warn against further trespass.
Wow. Okay, everyone's actually looking good. Why did I get the ugly coat? This is bullshit. Yeah, everyone looks good. Damn.
We've received word from Thancred's reconnaissance party. They've sighted a detachment of heavily armed Imperials.
Survivors of the Civil War, perhaps?
Like, look at your Sola. That shit looks good.
Perhaps, but there is more to it than that. Maxima reports that they're led by Vergilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion, which comprises the bulk of their number. However, they are also joined by several members of the 1st.
From what I recall, the 3rd Legion fought for Nerva in the War of Succession following Varus's death. The 1st, on the other hand, were under the direct command of the Emperor and rejected Nerva's claim to the throne. These legions were enemies.
Indeed. In fact, our sources claim that it was a conflict between them that sparked the Civil War. Yet now, these former foes cooperate to defend a ruined Garlemald from invasion.
An invasion of help.
Then it is all but certain they have been tempered.
Yeah, okay, that would make sense.
So, what's the plan? If me and my crew is out reaving, we charge straight in, no messing about. But that ain't what we're here for.
Quite right. Soldiers or no, they are people of Garlemald. The very ones we have come to aid. Direct confrontation is unavoidable. Nevertheless, we must make every effort to limit casualties on both sides. Rather than kill them, I would remove them from the field.
How so? Savage beatings, disarmament, and imprisonment?
Yes.
Not impossible, but easier said than done in the heat of battle.
Having observed the opposition, I imagine Thancred had something to suggest?
He did. He and the other scouts have already infiltrated a supply depot some distance beyond the Imperial detachment's current position. Stored within is a stockpile of Magitech armaments, and once we give the signal, Thancred's team will destroy them all. In so doing, we will deprive frontline troops of materiel, and likely force the detachment to send men to investigate.
A bit of a divide and conquer.
Divide and conquer? Not a bad idea.
Quit stealing my lines, Arum.
Once the scouts have finished their preparations, we will split into 2 groups. The first will form the vanguard, while the other brings up the rear with our supplies. As for the Scions, I ask that you lend your assistance where you deem it needed most. I would prefer, however, that you accompany the rearguard and be prepared to join the van at a moment's notice. Kept in reserve as our trump card, so to speak.
Madeleine. Cold, cold! How are you all not shivering? Damn, Thancred's looking good too.
Your proposal was well received. More specifically, they asked that we destroy the Imperial's toys in as spectacular a fashion as possible.
Ishtola always did have a flair for the dramatic. She's not an easy woman to please, but I shall do my best to satisfy her thirst for fireworks. All right, once more for my peace of mind. Our first objective will be to rig the enemy's Magitech with explosives. After we've withdrawn to a safe distance, we'll detonate them remotely. Our second will be to issue a deactivation command to the automated units via the control terminal. If our calculations are correct, this signal should reach those deployed on the front line, giving our friends a much-needed upper hand.
Okay.
The blizzard will help us stay hidden, so let's aim to get in and out before it passes. Trust in the plan, and we should all live to see tomorrow.
In the meantime, I will relay messages back and forth as the situation unfolds. You'll forgive me if I ask again, but are you certain you wish to play the lone wolf?
Wouldn't have it any other way. Call it foolish and reckless if you like, but I'll get the job done. I always do.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Are we gonna be playing Thancred? Is that what's going on right now? Because that was way too much detail for the plan for us to not be doing anything with that. Yep, there it is. Alright, let's see. So this is... Yep, combo... Defense. Okay, that's my... Okay. Okay. So I can stealthily take out soldiers, but not mechs. Mechs and dogs. Okay. Okay, this for dogs, this for people. Just beat the shit out of the mechs. Okay. Assuming there's nothing else you wish to confirm, we may commence the mission as soon as you are ready. Alright, let's go. Yep.
Keep your wits about you.
We only have one shot at this, so let's make it count.
Am I going this way? Okay. Pardon me.
Must be losing my talent.
Oh, I could have just... Alright, well, you know what? It's fine. Here, no, come here, though. Come here. Come here. Away from the mech. Away from the mech. Okay. There we go. One guard at the controls. Time he took a nap. Okay. Okay. Let's keep quiet for now. Oh wait, no. No, that's not gonna work. I need... Okay. Take care of you. Come over here. Okay. Start the way. Okay. Okay, swift deception only lasts 10 seconds. Didn't read that part of the tooltip, my bad. Okay. Yeah, the slashers there, I don't really have a way around. Just gotta... Just gotta do it in a way that they're not gonna see me. Okay. Okay. If I duck in here, wait this out. Wait, shit. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, now. Let's go, let's go. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. Alright. No gear up in here. Let's go. So they got guard dogs, eh? When he's hiding, they'll soon sniff me out. Luckily, I've come prepared. Sorry, doggy. Had to be done. Farther. Okay, get you out of here. I don't know what their patrol looks like, but damn it.
7 hells.
Should have been a little more careful about that. It's fine though. We're just gonna kill him. Okay. Alright, where are you going? You're just patrolling the gate. He's just patrolling the gate. Okay. That's fine. That should do the trick. Now to hide and send word. Okay.
This is Thancred. The explosives are in place.
Not as bad as it could have
Very
been.
good. All is proceeding as planned.
I do like the portraits next to
Head for the
the
control tower.
voice lines.
It should
Now.
be to the northwest.
Understood. Have the others wait at the rendezvous point.
Okay, we're gonna have to wait for this Magitech to fuck off. That soldier is sleeping. Oh well. Alright. Okay. Okay. How are we doing this? You, out of here. Magitech's there too, huh? Shit. Okay, okay, no, we're good. We're good. I don't know where he's going. May have popped that way too soon. Fuck. Okay. You. Gone. Luckily your friend's an idiot and didn't notice. Alright. Shit. Come on. Okay. So we're just gonna do this very carefully. Because we need to go there. I like this. This is really cool.
Must be losing my touch.
Fucking hell. Shit, shit, shit. Okay. Ah, damn, got that. Okay. I can disable this dog from here. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. So just gotta deal with that Reaper and that guard. Go. Yes, we're good. Good, good, good. Alright. We're in. We're doing good. We're doing good. Don't let the 39 awareness fool you. That's it. The control terminal. Right. What's the defenses looking like? I suppose right now would be my chance. Yep. Yeah. Hell yes. So now we just need to get out. Did you see something? No. Did you? No. Oh, do I have to withdraw over that way? Oh, I have to go back. Oh, shit. Okay. Or no, it's just that way. Alright. I thought I'd have to go back the entire way I came in. Never mind, I'm an idiot. Okay, but yeah. That was really cool. I like that.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, to my considerable relief.
What news from our comrades?
They stand at the ready.
Excellent. Then let the fireworks begin.
All right. Meanwhile, we're doing escort.
The blizzard's beginning to clear. The Vanguard
Still
should be
fucking cold,
invading
though.
The Imperials any moment now, if they haven't already. Ishtola and the others are with them, so I'm sure they'll be all right. But wait! Something's coming!
I saw the POV shot.
Oi, oi! Looks like we ain't the only ones who sent out scouts. Keep them away from the carriages! We lose those, and we're as good as dead!
Alright, let's do this. Oh, hi there. Didn't see you. Alright. I think we're good here. Let's move up.
Brief respite, but stay alert.
Or are we just defending this one?
Keep the carriages safe.
Okay. Yep. Moving on to the next troop. Just hitting the one, so. Okay, we good? We're good.
A fine display, but the other carriages are still in danger.
Yeah, so nobody can fight besides me. Hey, Sickert. Okay, we good? Oh no, we're not. Big bastard's going straight for the carriage. Stop it in its tracks. Ooh. Ooh, that had to hurt. Oop, wrong button, that's fine. What am I doing? Put dots on it. Don't be stupid. Be a bard. There we go. Good job, team.
We're fine. I'm ready for more. Hear that? Get to the front and turn the tide.
Okay. Join the front lines, don't mind if I do. Meanwhile, on the front line... Everyone's looking nice in their winter coats. I like that they're using sleep.
Removed from the field was not a euphemism for enthusiastically murder.
He's still breathing.
It's nothing that won't heal in time.
I mean, how do you want me to non-lethally use the spear?
Made them utterly fearless. Subduing them would be easier if they had the capacity to submit in the first place.
Well, this is the path our young charges would have us walk, and that we all agreed to follow. You knew it would be hard, yet still you pledged your lance, did you not?
So is you're still admitting she's not young in that sentence there? Big bad judge herself. Okay, not technically a judge, I know, that's a Rabbinaster thing. Is that a gun lance?
Damn it. I need to help the others take her down.
There's no end to them.
I'm here now too.
I was wondering when you'd turn up.
Yeah, there's a new unsheathing animation. I love it.
Stopping us now. Come on. Let's show them what we're made of.
All right, let's do this. Oh boy, okay. Oh boy, okay. Alright, come on. Tab targeting, please. Holy shit, Pippin. Damn! Dad would be proud. Oh, she's here. Okay, cool. Well, let me just... Damn, she hits hard. Okay. Damn. She can take a hell of a beating, can't she? Where's the animation? A gunbird. Makes sense as the name, still sounds silly. Bombs away. I'll be good here, yep.
Is everyone alright?
Serena, you need to learn Iron Jaws. You can't just keep reapplying your dots. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay. Ow! Ah, my dots didn't even run out. You suck. Serena, move! It's Sadu's turn to do something awesome. Sure is. In that case, I'm just going to keep focusing on you. Oh, okay, no, we gotta help her. Alright. You go, little son. Oh, damn. That had to hurt. Oh, did Virgilia die and all that? Wasn't even looking at her. I don't know. She might have died before the meteor, honestly. More like 20 non-worthy adversaries.
Then we will fight again to the death.
I'll pass, thank you. Get wrecked, Magni.
That was the last of them. The day is ours, thanks to your timely arrival. What of the supply caravan?
Fine, as of the last moment I left them.
Outmaneuvered, but not outmatched. Good. Let us take the Imperials into custody and rejoin our comrades. And soon we shall arrive at the capital.
Fine, I didn't want to risk my Dama anyways.
So cold and unforgiving. Thus spoke Emperor Solus as he gazed upon his barren domain. "800 years it had been since the Garleans first set foot here.
And they're doing great.
Bested by the Kavosi, after centuries of war and driven from fertile southern pastures into the blasted northern wastes. In that garden of desolation, they clung to one another for warmth, freezing, hungry, desperate, hated. The chosen forsaken. In the year 1513 of the 6th Astral Era, a young legatus named Solus single-handedly sparked the Magitech Revolution. How did he conceive
weird
the
aetherite
that feed on ceruleum? Once a common, soft-spoken soldier, how had he so quickly ascended through the ranks?
It's almost like he had a little help from the other side.
Like so many others, those who knew the truth are gone. Taking in the capital with his eyes for the first time, I recall thinking to myself, far colder on the earth than in the heavens. Yes, far colder indeed. Bitterly so.
Welcome to Garlemald. So yeah, it's I'm sure it's seen cheerier times.
Not so much as a whisper.
The roads leading beyond the city walls would have been used less in recent years. Nevertheless, this was one of the most important gateways into the capital.
A buzz day and night with activity, aye. Merchants passing through the checkpoint, many of them stopping at the local hostelries.
Surely they cannot all have been tempered.
We can consider the question after we have made camp. If we spend any longer outside, we may well freeze to death where we stand. The tempered Imperials, too.
What are warm coves?
This will be our temporary base of operations. Secure shelter for ourselves and the injured, and dispatch scouts to survey the surrounding area.
If we're planning on staying here a while, we ought to give this place a proper name.
I mean, does it already have a name?
Well, the constant sound of ice cracking underfoot makes me think of broken glass. An apt name, perhaps. But enough of this. To work, everyone!
Broken glass? Is that where what we're calling this place? I mean, it kind of works, I guess. It has a certain ring to it. Well, first things first. Let's attune. Yep, Camp Broken Glass. Yeah, you know what? It works. But alright, welcome to Garlemald. And we'll see what wonders this place has to offer us next time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next part.